Welcome to another painting tutorial. In this one we're going to look at Librarian Turmiel, or whatever the name is. It's a librarian from the Dark Vengeance box. Here's what my guy looked like when I'm all done. Here's the paints I used, so they're basically the same ones as all the other Dark Angels. So here's any of the greens. The main difference is this guy's got blue armor, so McCraig blue, all the way up to Calgar blue. The gray bits, got some here. The cloak is going to be the Xandri Dust up to Screaming Skull. A couple of hoses are this corn red. Any silver bits are the lead belcher colors, and the golds are those ones there. So starting off, spray painted this guy black. Nothing special there. Already assembled and glued to the base. Not gluing it to the base might have helped a little bit, but no big deal. So I started out painting the armor blue, and then doing the rest of the base coat. So I got my greens here, basically following the same guide as on the GW site. All of my cloak colors there, adding some of the reds, silvers, golds, and any other miscellaneous colors. A bit more silver there. Grays for all of these symbols on there, as well as the shoulder pad. Okay, and now I'm starting to do the blue highlights here, and I've got all my washes on now. So did all the washes kind of all at once. So the dark blue wash there, all the greens, and the sepia on the cloak. And then I'm going to start building up some of the highlights. So the blues, I'm trying to paint the base color on all the flat areas again. So we're sort of redoing that to help smooth it out. And then I'm going to be painting on each of the edges, sort of building up. You can see the blue starting to get a little bit lighter. So the medium, so you have your base color, so that kind of gets over top of the shade just to help smooth things out. And then your medium one's going to go on most of the flat areas, and then the highlight will just sort of be the edges and stuff like that. So you can see the blues kind of coming up here now, and now I just got the edges, so you can see the sharp edges there, around the fingers and all that sort of thing. And you'll see that sort of in more pictures. You can see a bit of a edge there, and there's some edges along the bottom side of those, and all of these sharp edges. And you can see more there. So you can see there's the deepest shadow in there, and then the base color kind of covers up everything else, and then the medium blue kind of this area here and try to feather it in a bit, and then just the lightest color is just the edges. And same idea on these cloaks, so went over things with the base colors, so that's the Ushabti blue, whatever it is, or not blue, brown, and then working my way up just to the edges, and that's just going to be the Screaming Skull, just on the sharpest corners. And same sort of thing all on the front. Okay, so now I'm going to be working on some of these, actually I think that now that has the Screaming Skull on it. It's hard to see the highest colors in the camera. Now I'm working on the greens there, so you can see trying to paint in a little bit of blending there, and then the edge highlights just with the lightest green as well. And same for this little back design on the back there. And you can see on the shoulder pad how I've painted in just the edges with the highest highlight. Okay, now I've got some of the silvers highlighted here, and I'm going to be working on some of the golds, as well as these grays here. So working up, I didn't actually shade this, so going to give it a bit more of a light gray without too deep of shadows on it, and then working all the way up to the light gray just on the edge highlights there. And you can see the edge highlighting there on the gold, so just going over just where the light would catch things the most. Now for the sword, I decided to do a sort of a non-metallic gold look on it, so I'm using the Tau color, so I think this is XV88 base color, and then I'm going to give that Agrex Earthshade wash, and then highlighting it up through the other Tau colors. I forget exactly what they're called, but then giving a sort of a white-ish highlight just on the edges here. And that's the guy all done. So The blue takes up most of the color spectrum on there, and a little tiny bit of flesh in the face there, and otherwise just pretty straightforward standard painting. So another nice character, and you can see with the whites, getting the contrast and the really sharp edge there, I think is what the key is to the non-metallic, and getting that to look reasonable in that sort of sense. The scrolls there have a little bit of scribbles with Rhinox hide, and you can see that there as well. Just sort of a hint of writing on things. And yeah, that guy's all done. Reasonably fast paint job on him, and it'd be nice to move on to another squad of things next. I think I'm going to do either the Dark Angels Tactical Marines or the Chaos Cultists. I'd like to get some Chaos Cultists done because I know they're going to be, there's 20 of them I got to get done, and there'll be 2 batches. So purple is the base color there, and you can see sort of the non-metallic. And what I did is sort of the shapes here. The middle bit, so if the 2 sides, the middle bit is the darkest color, and then the medium color was from here out, and then the light color was there with a little bit along the edge, and then just a sharp edge highlight with the white. You can see that along there. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave some comments, make sure you subscribe and share, and check out my other videos from Dark Vengeance and lots of other different projects I've had going on my channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out my blog. There's a link in the description below, and I'll see you next time.